Welcome back to our video series on building your own homemade photo booth. I'm Brian Parks, the founder and CEO of Shutterpilot. In this video, I want to talk about the different types of events you might bring your photo booth to. Understanding the different types of events is important because some operators choose to focus on specific types of events, while others might choose to provide a more general offering. Depending on the route you decide to go, this may inform some stylistic aspects of your photo booth as you build it, or even the relative importance of certain features in the software you choose. The first type of event we have is weddings. At weddings, typically the goal of the photo booth is to be a fun, interactive way to provide guests with a memento or keepsake from the big day, so printers tend to be common. Typically, the design of the photo frame, overlays, and print layout is important to reflect the aesthetics that the bride and groom are going for, whereas the photo booth itself can have a more generic feel to it. However, there are plenty of photo booth operators who exclusively do weddings and have the booth to match. The second type of event is private parties. While a wedding technically is a private party, weddings are definitely their own category. As for other parties, the design is a little less involved and certainly less front and center. The goal of the photo booth at a private party may still be to provide a memento, but it may also be to help promote the function on social media, or maybe generate buzz about the next such event. Some examples that might fall into this category are New Year's Eve parties, traditionally a strong photo booth date, graduation parties, birthday parties, and so on. This would even include something like a trade show or conference. Even though it's not a party per se, it tends to follow some of the same patterns. Next are corporate events. The distinction I make here is that company events that I put in the private party category are typically for people outside of the company, while corporate events are for people inside the company. These terms are a little fuzzy, so you might have someone call you to rent a booth for their conference and describe it as a corporate event, but let's not get stuck on semantics. For this type of event, the goal is to give people an interactive activity at the event and less about promoting a brand or generating buzz. After that, you have what I call branded events. Branded events are different from private parties in that the host or planner of the event is different from whoever is providing or paying for the photo booth. You could also call this a sponsored event because typically the photo booth is sponsored by someone who contributes to organizing, funding, or putting on the event. These photo booths' primary goal is to promote the brand, usually via social media. However, of course, the people using the photo booth get something out of it too, so you want to make sure your photo booth is engaging enough and the resulting photo intriguing enough for people to still be okay with the fact that their photo has someone's brand on it. Finally, the last type of event is what I call a permanent placement. Now, this might not truly be permanent. It might be just for 3 months, 6 months, or a year. It might only be active for a week. The key here is that it's not just a single event, and it's typically long enough that an attendant can't be monitoring the photo booth the entire time it's available to be used. This means that your photo booth needs to be sturdy enough to take a beating and secure enough not to get stolen. It also means that your software needs to be optimized for self-service, attracting people to use it and engaging them once they start. These photo booths typically are geared toward promoting a brand or a category. There are lots of other finer details about each type of event, and I'm sure many operators have their own opinions about how they approach specific event types. But if I went into details like that, this video would be over an hour long. If you have some additional thoughts, leave a comment below. If you have questions about these event types, ask below and I'll do my best to answer. For the rest of the videos in this series, check out the playlist linked in the description below. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be alerted when each video in this series or any of our other videos is released. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.